Hi,
There you go.
welcome.
Happy Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday?
I think
Listen,
it's hard to keep track. I know.
it is. And I just went through a big move. You can tell I have a new set, which I'm very excited about. And so every day is just sort of melding into one to the other and to the other. So
Pretty
uh,
much.
today is Tuesday, and we are doing our Q&A. And then for those that are on Patreon, we are going to follow this up with the Lizzie Borden.
Should be interesting.
Oops.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah,
This is
okay.
Aaron.
So I bought a camera, but I couldn't get it to connect. Shocking. So I'm using my computer, which is why I'm reaching up over there. I've got my phone here. We've got a lot of questions for the Q&A, thank God, because if you don't have questions for a Q&A, then you don't have a Q&A show.
There's Violet. We got a few people popping in already.
Hi, Violet. Violet, did I answer yours already? I think yes, I answered yours last one, last show.
Yep.
We may be doing this Q&A twice a month because we've got a lot of questions piling up, which is great. If you are part of our Patreon, you receive one free question a month to be answered privately or through here. And yeah, like, how are you, Harlow? What's going on?
I'm good. It's a little cold here tonight. I don't know how
Is
it is
it?
where you are. Yeah.
It's really nice actually here.
Good.
Cold is unusual for us here in Southern California. So when it's cold, we'll take it.
True.
Listen, nothing more riveting than talking about the weather.
I know. Moving on.
Live TV, man. It is good when you are talking about the weather.
I'm ready to hear some spooky stories, though.
We have some, but I have to tell you one more weather story. I was talking to Rick from Unexplained Cases. We were texting, and he was telling me about how he was outside, like trying to scrape ice. Like they didn't have snow; it was full ice. He's in Maryland,
Yeah.
And he's like, he couldn't find an ice. What do they call scraper anywhere? They're sold out everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm using like this tiny ice pick that doesn't really work. And my response to him was, it's 85 degrees right now.
You're so cruel.
He was like,
the ice part is the worst.
I wouldn't know. I've never lived in an area that had ice.
You haven't? I lived in Utah for a couple of years. I used to work in a county library, and I would go, and I think I got off at like 9 p.m. And I would come out, and I had my mom's old white Duster I was driving at that time, and it would be like covered with snow. And I remember one night I couldn't find anything. I think I found a sock in the back seat or something to wipe all the snow off. It was crazy.
Oh my God.
Ice is worse.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. Well, now I understand. Bruce has always said he'll never live anywhere that snows. And he said, A, I wouldn't do that for myself, but B, I can't imagine living where there's snow and you. He's like, you never be able to handle snow. And I'm like,
no, you step on that black ice, you can't see anything, and you just go down.
Oh, it's creepy.
It just happens. You're down.
Yeah, I don't like it. I also don't like how small everybody looks. Everybody is basically you and me. So I don't like how small we look. So here's what I'm going to do. I just made it bigger, but now I can't really see the comments. So I'll trust you to let me know as comments come up that we need to address. Okay. As I mentioned, Lizzie Borden, for those of you that aren't on Patreon at Miriam Farish, and you can join like the 7-day free trial and watch. Okay, let's get started.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to cover.
Ready when you are. Question number 1.
Okay. Are these people have okayed using their names as they are on the sheet you gave me?
Yes, because I changed the names of those that were not comfortable.
All right, then we'll start with Brooke. Brooke says, I often dream about exorcising demons ever since I was young. After I became Reiki 3 attuned last year, I started dreaming about using Reiki to ward off the demons, which I found funny. Could these dreams be real in some way or just metaphorical based on a heavy religious upbringing? For the record, I am not religious and have rejected Christianity and the church since I was a teen. I hope to one day develop skills like yours to help others. Thank you.
Well, you're already utilizing your psychic skill set because we all have skill sets. This is not special to me. You're already using yours in your dreams. But hang on, let me see. So, what was the question basically? Was like, what's happening in her dreams? Is that real or just some sort of lashing out at the church?
So, in some, wow, that was weird.
Mhm.
Screen just flashed black. Could these
It
dreams
did?
be real in some way or just metaphorical? Yeah, the screen totally flashed black. At least for me, it did.
Well, I guess, Brooke, that's your sign that it's not metaphorical. Coincidence that I said resisting the church? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, you froze for a second, but you're back.
I know.
Okay, sorry. We're everything. We're
Not a
still
good
getting
start.
situated, obviously. Okay, Brooke. This is a combination of
Metaphorical.
thank you, metaphorical and actual work. So one of the reasons why you've rejected the church was because you could feel, I'm sure you have your own logical reasons behind it, but there was this sense of lifetimes of repression of your psychic skill sets and not being able to address them, speak to them, show them because they were not acknowledged through a church setting. Now, I'm not saying all churches are like that now. I know there's some much more progressive, but for you, that has been the experience. So the dreams are a metaphorical in a sense where you're utilizing it to find your skill set. That's like pushing. A lot of us push up against things to validate who we are. So an example is like for me, one of the things I did the bulk of my life is I'm not like my father. I'm not like my father. And what that's doing is I'm telling myself, like, I'm trying to validate that I'm not that, I'm something else, instead of learning what I really am. So I don't need to use my father to validate that I am. But I did that my whole life. And we all have that thing or things that we push up against and say, I don't like that, I'm not that. And what you're really trying to do is identify who you are through who you are not. And so once you are okay and no longer saying I'm not that, because you can simply just say I am, we no longer have to push up against something. So the dreams are you pushing up against this I'm not that, I'm not that. And what I'm saying is you no longer need to do that to know who you are. I am. That's all we need to understand is I am. And using that as a mantra for anyone and everyone, I am, without tacking on who you are at the end, because we are many things. We are many things. So just stating the I amness puts us into who we are. Your psychic skill sets are obviously Reiki is one, but I feel like you see psychically through your hands. So, those old school crystal ball tarot readers, the hands on the crystal ball, and then there's a vision. You see through your hands. So that's why you move towards Reiki.
Like psychometry?
Is that what that's called?
Mm-hmm.
Then yes. um, so continue with the Reiki. You're already doing the work. You're already utilizing your psychic skill set, and just bring more awareness and consciousness to the fact that your hands are like your third eye. And I'm just seeing a direct line of connection that's already happening already there. So to wrap up sort of the dreams, um, in your waking state, through meditation, through therapy, I'll email you the 5 steps to consciousness. You will focus on who you are, not just who you are not. And you'll no longer have to push up against the church and have the dreams that are sort of defying you and proving to you that you are more than that. And not that there's anything wrong with having these dreams. They're not bad. They're not, even though they might feel like a lot of different things, they're just part of your development and growth as an individual, and nothing to be worried about. Um, but I feel like you're ready to graduate from them. And like I said, I'll email you that. Keep doing the work, bring more attention to the hands. That's where your psychic skill set, it will begin, and then it will expand from there. All right. Ready for the next one? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
That's okay.
Next one would be John. John says, my sister took this photo from our old house. I was wondering if you can tell us more about it. I was a baby when I lived there, but my family said so many things happened in that house. They told me that as a child, I was pointing at the ceiling and crying. They would see kids running in and out of nowhere, and my sister said she had seen a headless woman in the bathroom.
Oh my.
That would be a shocker.
Okay, let me see if this, oh good. This is the picture. All right. A headless woman?
Yeah, that I have not seen.
You haven't seen this picture?
No, I haven't seen a headless woman.
Oh. Okay. Brooke said thank you. And that, yeah, she was agreeing with what I said.
Awesome.
Okay. But Brooke, I'll go back and read your comments if you have any more questions. Okay, so the headless woman, let's see. Let me look at, I asked John to send some photos of his house. So let me look at those and the
Yeah.
people that live there.
It must have been quite a place.
Yeah.
That photo he sent is really pixelated. It's so cropped, it's hard to really see much. I got a little bit of a feeling of something, but I want to see what you get.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at pictures of his home, and I'm seeing really traditional, like, it's like, I laughed because it was like, oh, like this is dark magic. I don't, the word witchcraft comes in, but obviously we all understand witchcraft is not negative. But like with anything, there's negative and positive. So this home had like just over and over and over seances. I'm hearing satanic rituals, witchcraft, like you name it, going on in this home for, I don't know how old the home is, but I'm hearing centuries, if that's a thing. Centuries. Okay, so let me clarify. Centuries old spirits that are moving through there. I see this picture. There's 2 women. I'm seeing 3 women. Without the women that have lived in this space have practiced this type of magic in more of a positive sense in many lifetimes, not necessarily in this home, but have practiced it and really should get comfortable with that side of who they are in this lifetime. This is why they were having those experiences. And then energetically, John was more of the balancing of the home and the female energy. So everyone has male and female energy, and we all utilize aspects of it. Some of us have more female, more male. And I'm not speaking in regards to gender. This is just solely energy. And when we talk about remembering lifetimes when we were practicing witchcraft or satanic ritual, it's not for us to go, oh God, what was I doing? We've all had lifetimes where we were big a-holes, and we've all had lifetimes where we were really great, compassionate beings. Our job in this life, because we're talking about this life today, is to remember all of those lifetimes and choose the compassionate lifetime today. But even in the lifetimes where you might have been practicing darker magic, it doesn't mean that you don't want to acknowledge that and utilize that magic this time. It just means, okay, I practiced it differently then, then I will practice it now. So I feel like the family, John's family, may not be super comfortable with connecting to that side of themselves and may view it as more as a negative or dark or scary thing, especially since in this home they had a lot of really scary experiences. But why you guys ended up in this home was to remember this aspect of who you are. Now, when I talk about how John balanced out the energy of the feminine, it's not a one is better than the other or one is dark and one is light. It's literally just balancing masculine, feminine. Now, this happens whether we are aware of it or not. It doesn't, this isn't a conscious thing that we do. John, by nature, if you were to embrace this side of you, you're actually very good at almost mediating and being someone that can balance the energy in homes and within relationships, assuming you're able to rise above your own emotional choices, if you will. And again, that comes from being able to balance the emotional body through diet, through yoga, through meditation, so that you can notice your skill sets and what you're capable of. But this photo in particular, let me look at one more time this photo. Harlow, why don't you tell us what you felt?
The photo itself, I actually got a little bit, it was vague, but I got a little bit of a creature vibe.
Totally. Yes. Tell us more.
I didn't get a lot. I could even be like a familiar, but it seemed like a creature of some sort, not something super powerful, but something that's there. And that's really all I got.
I agree with that 100%. Here's the thing. This is one of those situations where there is so much happening in and around this home. To nail it down to one thing is very hard to do. Why this one, what did you call it, Harlow?
Creature
Was caught on camera is interesting. And to me, it feels like this creature is sort of peeking and curious. It feels like this creature is, I think you said, benevolent. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. And it's sort of living and trying to manage the energy on this property. It almost feels stuck there, and I almost want to see if I can move it somewhere else.
Okay.
It feels like it's caught in this web of satanic almost. Again, when I say the word satanic, let's not panic. I know satanic can mean really scary bad stuff, but it also can just be ritualistic stuff
Mhm.
that and that's where I'm feeling it for this family. I'm not feeling like I'm not saying really bad stuff didn't happen there, but I'm saying currently there whoever's living there doesn't need to run and scream. But a good cleansing would help. But this creature feels stuck in this energy cyclone almost of Satan worshiping. Oh, was it sacrificed? Hmm. This, I think, was a animal that was sacrificed.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna, for anyone who wants to, it feels a little bit goat-like, but whatever energy or animal you're feeling or seeing, let's just. It feels like it just needs us to surround it for a moment and just fill it with love. It's feeling like it was um, tortured and suffered a slow passing. So it's not trusting and it's consumed a bit with the suffering. So we're just going to fill it with compassion, love, and then like make a circle around it. And then, but with the like, remove the top so that it can be lifted up and out of our circle. Harlow, let me know when you feel like it's gone.
I'm not real connected to it.
Okay, it's really like low energy.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to even pinpoint.
Okay, so we have to get up underneath it and raise it up. It can't like do this on its own.
It feels a little better.
You said that right when I saw someone angelically come in and lift it, like literally as I was saying that.
I saw it lift up. I don't know if it
So
went all the way, but I saw it lift up.
yeah, it definitely it's gone.
Okay.
So John, I don't remember if you said if you're still living in this house or not. If you
No, I don't
are,
believe so.
no?
No, that was when he
Okay.
was a baby.
Okay. So let me just validate this. Everything you all saw, felt, was real, was there. There's so much going on there. It would require like a long reading. And I don't even know if it's necessary other than just to validate you guys that yes, what you experienced was real. Perfect world. You take your ability to see, to feel, to hear these things, realize it's your psychic skill sets, magnify it, use it for good to help others and to help yourselves. That's a fascinating photo and read. Thank you, John, for that.
Okay. You ready to go to Debbie? This is a long one for me to read.
Okay. Debbie has a lot going on.
She does, so bear with me here. All right. So she said, sending an image. This image is a photo I took many years ago at my old home. I had gone out in the early morning to wait for the sunrise to take photos. As I was walking out into a courtyard area, I felt like I had walked into something. It stopped me in my tracks. I don't know how to describe what I felt other than I physically felt it. I raised my arms up above my head and took a photo with flash on. As soon as I saw what came up on the screen, I went back inside. In the photo, you can see the top of the trellis, which is on my top lawn. The first photo is of the trellis panel, so you can see how high they are. The second photo shows how open the courtyard is. I'm very interested to know what or who might be in the first image, this one right here. She says, I had experienced a lot of activity in this home. Outside, there was one or two residual spirits. Inside the home, I would get a lot of orb photos. These were usually in my lounge and kitchen. For example, I would be in my bedroom watching TV, and I would get the feeling to go take photos. I would stand in my bedroom doorway and ask if there were any spirits present, and could I take their photo. Sometimes I would have things happen during the day, like an item knocked off of my dresser, or hearing someone whistle while I was trying to figure out if I had really heard it from my TV. Once I was on a couch, I started hearing a noise. I looked over at my table, and a water bottle was partially tipped over. It lowered down as I watched. I assume it had been rocking back and forth. That was the sound I was probably hearing. Things took a turn, and it became quite scary. I had a trail cam, which I set up to record while sleeping. I've just had to delete the information about things I got on that trail camera. I've been wanting to share my experience for a while, but feel somewhat like I've been suppressed, if that makes sense at all. A few nights after I first started looking for my old photos and videos, an item fell off my bookcase about 4 a.m. The item had been sitting on the bookcase for a few years and never moved, so I'm not sure if it could be related in any way, but the item is on my childhood Bible. When things did get scary, I went to my doctor and explained everything. I showed him the camera footage. He said he tried to get a Maori elder to come help. Okay. Those are spiritual elders. She's in New Zealand. Things actually pretty much stopped after that. I think my home had protection afterwards because one evening it was getting dark. I went to let my dogs out and saw a large, tall figure off to the side of my door looking northward. He didn't acknowledge me, apart from my initial startled feeling. I got the impression he was there for protection and I wasn't scared.
All right, so we want to know what's in this picture.
Mm-hmm. That was her main question.
Okay. Hey, Christy, I'm seeing your, hold on one sec. Let me answer this. Oh, yes. God, I forgot about that. I'm sorry. I saved, believe I saved all those pictures. I'll go back and, grab them and add it to my next, podcast. Sorry, I forgot about those, but I do remember getting them in. So I'll grab that for you. Okay. So let me look at some of Debbie's pictures that she sent of her home. I always ask people to send not only pictures of their home, but anyone who lived in the home, because there's, like, especially like with John's, there was, you know, by looking at some of the other family members, it's triggered the information. It doesn't always come just from the one person submitting the question. Debbie, are you on? Are you watching right now? Because if you are, I want to know what the name of your black cat is.
I don't feel like see any comments from her yet. A couple of people have said what they think it looks like. Violet says that she sees an angel. Christy says it looks like a dog laying on a pillow to me. Interesting.
What's weird is when Christy said that, I was looking at one of the pictures she sent, which is literally a dog laying on a pillow. It's weird. I feel like, even though I know Debbie's had a lot of different experiences, I only feel light around her. I only feel light beings around her. I don't feel anything dark or negative. I don't feel anything suffering. I feel like there are a lot of elementals that live around there and around her and show themselves in different ways.
Mhm.
I feel like there is, I feel more animal energy also that is around her. I feel like it almost feels like, as crazy as it sounds, like there's like a whole rainbow bridge above her, where
Mhm.
the animals cross. Like, this is more so. What else did she say she experienced?
It
Yeah, I
was,
think it was in like the second paragraph.
let's see. After she took the photo, when she used to get orb photos, and then when the water bottle moved, or something fell off of her desk. So a lot of different things.
But more like movement, not necessarily more visuals.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you. Yeah, because it feels like there's all this energy around trying to get your attention, and it's not that you're ignoring it because you're conscious of it, but you aren't doing anything with it. And I
Mhm.
feel like the energy around you is almost like, okay, how many times like, how obvious do we need to get here? Like, why are you still questioning what you see? Why are you not believing that we're here? Why are you not engaging and hearing us and communicating with us and working with us? I feel like a painting for some reason comes to mind. Like, I almost feel like you can paint people's animal guides, animal spirits. And if you aren't a painter, you might be and don't know it. There might be, maybe then it's that you're able to um, articulate. You can see people's spirit, animal spirit guides. You can see people's elementals. You can see people's um, kind of like we used the word Harlow used earlier, creatures that are around them, supporting them, guiding them. And you can see these things and you can somehow put them on paper, whether it's verbally, with text, with drawing, watercolors. I'm hearing specific, different, and or you're like using watercolors to just put these different colors on a page. And with, if you do it intuitively and not thinking and trying, they'll be able to look at it and actually see their animal spirit in that painting. So
Mhm.
it may not be that you're actually painting the animal, rather you are just picking up and allowing the intuition to pick up colors and put these colors on it. You hand it to the person and it's like a muse, and they can see their spirit, animal spirit within it.
Mhm.
um that's your talent. That's what's happening. That's what's being asked. See, this is why this is this is why Harlow and I have you guys all fooled, because we use the word behind the hauntings to intrigue you, right? Because people think they're being haunted. But then once you get in there, you realize you're actually not being haunted. You are
Being taught.
ex- being taught. But people won't respond to that, right? They want to hear the fun stuff. So we're
Yeah.
going to hook you in and pretend like there's all this creepy stuff going on, right? And then all of a sudden we find out none of it's creepy at all. It's actually really
Mhm.
fascinating stuff.
It
So
is.
that was really cool. Thank you.
It was. There's some great people out there. Cindy Kaza comes to mind. She does drawings and paintings with chalk and watercolor and everything, and she does people, spirit guides, animals, everything.
That's really cool.
All right.
Yay.
So Lucy is our last one, it looks like. All right. In 2024, we lost our beloved mom. I am her daughter-in-law, Lucy, and she was Nana to our two boys. On the day she passed away, the 16th of February, 2024, I was the one who discovered her body. It was an incredibly traumatic experience and one that stays with me. We live in the UK, and it will be almost 2 years next month since her passing. I have tried connecting with her through mediums, but she has never come forward, which has left me wondering whether she has crossed over and if she is okay. I truly hope she is at peace. On the evening of her death, while we were all at home beginning to process our grief, our dog Frank suddenly started barking repeatedly at the sofa. This is the video I mentioned to you previously. It felt significant at the time, and I've often wondered whether it could have been her visiting us. What I'm hoping to understand is whether you sense or feel anything from this video. If it was her, what might she have been doing or looking for? Any insight at all would mean so much to us.
All right, let's watch this.
It's all right, Frank. Okay, it's Nana. That's just Nana. It's okay, it's Nana. It's Nana. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Nana. It's okay, she's just come to say hello. Oh, he's still not right. It's Nana. I'm gone, okay.
Well, that was interesting. That dog was not messing around there.
Right.
I'm not sure if that dog was seeing Nana.
I was thinking the exact same thing. That dog was seeing something, but I didn't know for sure it was Nana.
Because Nana is exactly who Nana sounds like. Like, Nana's not scary.
Yep.
Nana's not going to be freaking out the dog, even though, of course, animals will bark at the unknown. And it doesn't necessarily mean the unknown is bad,
Mhm.
but there'll be a curiosity. And I feel like if that was Nana, there would be more curiosity and less aggressive behavior. And you could see that what was it? Did she say the dog's name?
Frank.
Frank. You could see Frank wasn't consolable and
Mhm.
and wasn't buying it. Was like, no, like every time I felt like every time she would touch Frank would be like, no, you don't, you're not seeing, you're not getting,
Yeah.
you're not understanding what's happening right now.
He was alerting more than anything.
Yes, that's the word, alerting. I'm gonna play it for me one more time.
It's all right, Frank. Okay, it's Nana. That's just Nana. It's okay, it's Nana.
Okay, so Lucy's house feels like there's a lot of similar to John's, minus the satanic and witchcraft. It feels like there's a lot of beings that move through your space. So, Lucy, I'm curious if what the history of your land is on your home, because it feels like we've got beings that pass through the home. um, on their way up. For some reason, I wanted to say like on the way up to heaven. I don't usually use the word heaven, but that just is what was coming to me as I was saying, like these spirits were moving through. And then Frank is comfortable with the spirits that move through unless they stop and stay. And that's what was happening right there. I don't feel that that specific moment was a family member of yours. So you have a couple things happening. One is you've got this sort of highway to heaven that moves through your space, and there's nothing wrong with that, and everyone's fine with it unless they don't keep moving along. And that's what was happening there. And Frank was alerting this being that it needed to keep moving, and the being wasn't harassing Frank as much as it was sort of like confused. I would be curious if there was any like accidents or anything like that around the time that that happened, because I think that that may have been someone more recently that just passed. Now, Nana, now Nana is with you, and Nana is actually, I feel Nana actually behind you and Frank, not laughing like ha ha ha, but like a warm sort of, you guys are silly, what's going on here, sort of response. And I see Nana like soothing Lucy as Lucy's trying to soothe Frank. And Nana is one of the questions that was asked from Lucy was that she had spoken with other mediums and no one was able to communicate with her. And so she was concerned that Nana may be stuck. And so let's offer some clarification. When spirits pass over, there's Earth, and there's this transition, and here's the other side over here. Okay, so Earth and the other side, and a lot of spirits stay in between. Okay, so in between my two hands, they stay in between. They can be in between because of trauma, fear, many reasons. But a lot of times they're in between by choice to stay close to family, to support and be of, in a sense, an angelic presence. You can be that presence in between. You can also be that presence when you move all the way to the other side. It's different for every spirit. A lot of times mediums, myself included, can't communicate with someone who's passed because it's simply not time. And a lot of times that's because the family needs to continue to have their communication, whether it's through dreams, through lights flickering, finding something, whatever that thing is for you. And you have to first be having those regularly until it's time for everyone to be learning what they need to learn and to communicate. So if Nana's not coming through, it's just because it's not time yet. And there may not be much to say because there's more to do. And to me, I'm feeling Nana behind you all, overseeing, watching, supporting. And I don't feel like she also, like I want to say she doesn't have a lot to say. And I don't mean that. How I mean that is she just wants you all to experience your emotions and not try to articulate them or make sense of them. And she wants you to experience what is happening around you by being present and not feeling like you need to articulate or explain it. She wants you to be more connected as a family, as a unit in your grieving. I feel like there is a separation that's like everyone sort of went to their corners to grieve instead of coming together. And whatever that coming together looks like, it might even just be having pizza night and you don't have to talk about anything, or you can have a pizza night and just have it be all about memories of Nana. and fun ones, sad ones, whatever you want that to be. But creating that safe space is what she wants you all to do. She wants you to allow grief to bring you closer, not separate you. But she is very close, like right behind you, Lucy, and aware of everything going on, is very angelic. You don't even need to be worried about her as much as she wants you to be communicating with her. I'll send you and everyone else the 5 steps to consciousness that opens us up to communication. But let me share this with you, Lucy. Grieving is imperative, and meaning you allow yourself the tears, the anger, all the things. When we grieve, we're allowing that disconnect from the physical body to take place. And a lot of times that scares people, because then they think, well, I don't want to forget them and I don't want to disconnect from them. But it's actually the opposite. You do want that physical human connection to break so you can create the soul connection. And when you create the soul to soul connection, you'll actually feel them deeper, more often, and more permanently. When we cling to the human to human connection, this is when it actually, all the things you fear happen. You maybe start forgetting them, or forgetting moments, right? Or you will feel like you aren't having dreams as often about them, or you'll just start to have feelings that are fearful or fear-based. But when you allow the physical to disconnect through the grief and the sadness and the tears, and you allow this soul to soul connection to now be reborn, all of a sudden, it's unlike any connection you ever had with them in body. It's better, it's deeper, it's more, it's stronger, it's clearer. It's a whole new relationship. And so instead of dying, you're actually creating a new relationship. Think about it as a child that goes off to college. They are now an adult and want to be treated like an adult. So the parent has to, whether they're comfortable or not, whether they see it or not, they have to do their best to treat this child as an adult. So they have to change their behavior. They have to change the communication and the connection so that they can, each side understands and honors each other. And that's very similar to what's being asked when we lose someone. We're asking those in body to change the communication style and change how you view the relationship so that it is now a soul to soul relationship. And that's what's going on here. Yeah. I read this from a psychic. When you don't feel your loved one around, it's because their energy is still there. You don't notice any difference because there isn't any. They're not stuck, they're there. Yeah. I think too, when we don't feel them around, I hear that a lot from people, like, I don't feel them anymore. And a lot of times that's because, like I said, they purposely stay close to earth in the beginning so that you're feeling that comfort. And then when it's time for you to grow and create a deeper soulful relationship with them, they move farther away so that you have to work to create this new connection. It's sort of like the example I'm being given now is like when you're teaching a baby to sleep on its own and not sleep in bed with you. You're creating a different relationship, and that baby isn't going to feel the physicality of you. They're going to have to trust that you're there, even though they're in a different room. And that's the same idea with this. You're muted, Harlow.
Sorry, there was a dog snoring on the other side of the wall.
Don't mute because of that.
It was pretty loud.
Were you going to say something?
I don't remember now.
Listen, human snoring is beyond annoying. Dog snoring, cutest thing in the world.
It was pretty cute.
All right. So we're going to jump off and go over to Patreon. We're going to be doing a Lizzie Borden home inspection.
That's good.
Over on Patreon, we have all kinds of content, all kinds of psychic investigations, if you want to call them that, readings. And you are, like I said, you can submit one question a month for me to answer, whether it's here or privately. But either way, you can get more content over there too. And we're going to try and be here twice a month doing this or my haunted home. It just depends on what we get from you guys. Because as you see, we get all kinds of good stuff. So thank you for always submitting your questions. Harlow, anything else you want to add before we go?
No, I mean, if people have any ideas for topics too for Behind the Hauntings, anything that interests them, mention it, comment, send me or you an email, and we want to cover as much stuff as we can.
Oh, we did the haunted dolls. Was that last week or the week prior?
It's been a couple, I think.
2 weeks. We did the haunted dolls. Was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. We're going to do it again because we actually, we had so much fun. We're doing it again. But you know what? For me, it was like, just the energy of them was just so creepy. I couldn't sit in it for too long. I was just like, ew, like that's real. Like that haunted doll stuff is no joke.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. I mean, I've never really had an issue with dolls, but I've never really been around one that I felt was haunted. Robert, when I looked at the pictures, I totally felt that one was haunted.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy. They all three of them. Well, two of them were,
Annabelle,
and then
and Robert. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the third one was really cool.
Yeah.
Well, you have to go see for yourself. There's the cliffhanger. Okay, we'll see you guys over. We'll do a quick bathroom break, get some water, and then see you for the Lizzie Borden house. Thank you, Harlow, as always.
Yep.
And we will be back. Thanks, you guys.